Think of a time that you were criticized. How did you feel? Giving criticism is a difficult thing to do, but it's even more difficult to be on the receiving end. When we are criticized, we feel feelings of guilt, shame, and it puts us into a defensive fight or flight syndrome. And that doesn't matter whether it is well-intentioned criticism with constructive intent or not. At the beginning of this week's parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu delivers his rebuke of Klal Yisrael before his passing. There's a medrash in the Yalkut Shimoni on the opening of this week's parsha, where the Tanoim, the great sages of the Mishnah, discuss the topic of rebuke. One of them says that the problem is not a shortage of people who are able to give rebuke. The shortage is not a problem of people who are able to receive rebuke. Rabbi Akiva teaches that the difficulty is that there is a shortage of people who know how to rebuke, because that is the all-important critical factor. Giving rebuke or criticism is sometimes a very necessary part of life, a necessary part of relationships, being a necessary part of parenting, work, education, and the like, when we want to see positive change or positively influence another person to do things in a better, more different way. So therefore, it's not a shortage of those who can give rebuke or those who are able to receive rebuke. We just need to marry them together by the how of rebuke. When criticism is given, it must be given with certain guidelines and certain understandings which make it easier for people to accept. Moshe Rabbeinu was the greatest lover of the Jewish people, and the Medrash teaches us the irony that the greatest blessings that we received as a people was from Bilam, an anti-Semite who hated the Jewish people, whereas the greatest chastisement that we received was from Moshe Rabbeinu who loved us. But that is the very reason why the Jewish people were able to receive his rebuke. Because they knew Moshe Rabbeinu had an infinite love for them and had their best interests at heart, they were able to hear his rebuke for them. But if we study Moshe's words a little bit more carefully, we're able to glean valuable insights as to what makes an effective rebuke, how we can give rebuke or criticism in a way that protects the dignity of the receiver and actually is effective in bringing about the positive change that we wish to see without leaving of any of the ill feeling. Join us for the next couple of posts where in our short messages we will share some of the lessons that we can learn from Moshe Rabbeinu and hopefully implement them in our lives to be able to give our criticism more effectively and in a way that will be positively received.